Maryland's Cafe Society. From Maryland's Cafe Society. From Maryland's Cafe Society.
All right. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to another edition of Maryland's Cafe Society. Yeah, on YouTube. And of course, it's going to be a short show today. That's right. Mama's tired. Boy, I had a party last night. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that later on in the show. But welcome to the show. I hope your week was a good one, and I hope your weekend is going well so far. Of course, today is Saturday, July 21st, 2018. It is the 202nd day of 2018. We have just 163 days left in this year. Amazing, right? Well, I hope you're enjoying the summer and making the most of it. And of course, living, laughing, and loving, as we encourage you to do here on the show. So as I said, it will be a short show. I have a lot on my plate today. And of course, later on, got some other things that I have to take care of. So we're going to make it quick. And of course, hopefully share some important information with you, or at least interesting information with you, and inspire you and all that good stuff. All right. So let's take a look at on this day in history. Back in 1896, Mary Church Terrell founded the National Association of Colored Women in Washington, D.C. And also on this day in history in 1980, the draft, or also known as the Selective Service Registration, started here in the United States for 19 and 20-year-old men. Now, before 1980, the age requirement for the draft was 21. So they lowered the years, and I think now it's 18, if I'm not mistaken. So times really have changed, but thank goodness we're currently we're not in war and any of that stuff, so our young men are safe. It's all voluntary at this point. All right, so Cafe Talk, we will try to get some Cafe Talk in. Hopefully you'll call 815-593-1695 to chime in, or text, or jump to Facebook, Maryland's Cafe Society, or Twitter, Maryland's Cafe Soch, to chime in on the Cafe Talk question. It's a good one, and it's a little messy. I guess you could say it's a little messy. I don't know. But here it is. Have you ever been shocked to learn how someone in your circle, or even your peripheral or outer circle, really feels about you? Have you been shocked or stunned? Yeah, we'll talk about it. Again, you can go to Facebook, Maryland's Cafe Society, to chime in there. Twitter, Maryland's Cafe Soch, or you can just call or text 815-593-1695 and let me know what your answer is to that, your thoughts about it, and we'll maybe towards the end of the show share a little bit. All right. All right. So Cafe News. Wow. I know you guys heard this. The disturbing, tragic story that came out late Thursday into Friday, that 9 members of the same family lost their lives in a tragic duck boat accident in Branson, Missouri. Now, on Thursday, apparently, despite warnings of severe weather and even high winds from the weather service in that area, tour guides of these duck boat tours decided to go ahead and take boats out into the water anyway. And some 40 minutes later, this particular boat holding 17 tourists who lost their lives went down. Oh my God. And again, there were 11 members of the same family, the Coleman family, on that boat. and only two survived. And the young lady, I believe her name was Tia Coleman, who interviewed with one of the news organizations, shared that, they weren't told to even use the life jackets. So tragic, tragic story there. And of course, our thoughts and prayers here at the Cafe Society go out to all involved and all who have lost family in that tragedy. All right, and shifting gears to business, that potential for a trade war with China and other countries is still very real. And many analysts are saying the result could be higher prices for Americans, diminished export sales, and a weaker U.S. economy by next year this time. So stay tuned, everybody, for that one. I truly hope that's not the case. I hope we can get it all worked out, right? All right. And then did you hear about this one? Some retailers, including Walmart and Macy's, are now teaming up with Microsoft in order to compete against Amazon. Yeah, Amazon is. Did you like that little Oprah thing I had going there? Oprah has really had an impression on all of us, hasn't she? But yeah, Amazon, I said it like that because Amazon is huge, right? I think even in my immediate broadcast area, there's at least 10 Amazon warehouses up and running in this area. They're driving the economy, gainfully employing lots of people, So they're a beast. And so you gotta, to survive, these retailers have to do something. And so they are teaming up with Microsoft, which happens to be the second largest provider of cloud solutions in the world. Now, remember, I shared on the show some months ago when we started looking at Amazon and the magic, so to speak, of Amazon. One of their strengths, or, what's really bringing in the dollars with them, was this whole operation that they had in cloud solutions. So now, with Microsoft being the second largest provider, these retailers are teaming up with them. And what Microsoft will be doing is helping them with data and technology usage so that they can improve in the areas of inventory, transportation, and even online shopping. So stay tuned for that too. I don't think it's the end of the world for all of the retailers, but certainly the world is changing. All right. And yeah, I talk about this with people all the time, just kind of doubling back there. I recall as a kid, and maybe I even talked about it here on the show, when ordering from catalogs was a big business. Certainly everyone didn't do it, but it was a big business. And a lot of department stores had, quote unquote, catalog departments where people could go pick up or return items that they ordered from the catalog. And so this whole online business sort of reminds me of that. And, it fizzled out, the catalog department. And I guess, the online ordering has sort of resurged that whole idea of shopping from home. And so I think, my prediction is at some point, all of this online shopping is going to begin to fizzle out. Now, it may take 5-10 years, but it's going to fizzle out, and people are going to want to get outside the house again and get back into the stores and in droves and, have better shopping experiences. Or I should say in-store shopping experiences. All right, so we'll watch this and see how it continues to go. Stocks on the move. Well, first of all, let's look at the Dow. The Dow, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ is down. Yeah. Rough week. Stocks on the move, however, things are looking good for Microsoft. We just talked about that. And Honeywell International is up, as well as Centus Corporation. Now, things aren't going so well right now for Skechers USA. Of course, they're that shoe company. And let's see, State Street Corporation, which is a financial services company, as well as General Electric had a rough week. So there you have it with the stock market and how things are looking for some of those participating. All right, you ready for the entertainment news? Now, this is one of my favorite parts of the show, and you know, my ability to do some of the things that I do in terms of entertainment. Now, listen, I stumbled upon a show on BET this week. Oh goodness, I don't even remember what day it was. It could have been Wednesday. Wednesday night on BET. Tip Harris, which is my cousin. I'm kidding, but he could be. We're part of the Harris clan. It could be the same clan, who knows? But anyway, he has this new show on BET, and it's called Grand Hustle. And it kind of reminds me of The Apprentice to some degree. He has a group of young entrepreneur or college graduates or young people just in business or working in corporate America who are sort of in this competition to get hired by his company, earning a six-figure salary. And so Wednesday night, I believe, was the premiere, and you know, he sent them out into the streets to basically trade a plastic bottle of water for something of more value. And it was really good, and it was interesting to see them at work and sort of the thought processes that some of them were having. The one of the teams that really lost two of their members at the end when he fired them, so to speak, thought that he meant to trade the water for something of value, thinking that what he meant in value could not necessarily be monetary or tangible, but something along the lines of inspiration or sentiment. And so they traded their bottle of water for this book that this guy that they approached had, that said it was of value to him because the book changed his life. And so they thought, now that's real value right there. So this book could be handed off from person to person and change a whole lot of people's lives. Well, when they got back into the mansion with T.I., and he heard their trade and what they traded compared to others who had things of value that was $500 or more. He told them that they got it all wrong. He's running a business, so he's looking at his bottom line. He wants to see dollars. And while the book may have been of value inspirationally or just in general changing someone's life, it was of no value to his company. And so again, that team lost two players. So I found a replacement. I'm excited. So I'll be, as best as I can, I'll be kind of tracking that show to see who ends up the winner. All right. Okay. And I heard that there was a blow up on The View was it yesterday, Friday? Now, I was in and out, so I caught bits and pieces of it, but apparently Whoopi Goldberg and Judge Pirro, her full name escapes me right now, but they kind of had some words because I guess of their political views, and apparently the judge pointed at Whoopi and called her out and called her name, I believe. And I didn't get a chance to go back to find it on YouTube, but it seems like everyone was Team Whoopi, and we know that Whoopi, is sort of a voice of reason on the panel of women, and has a lot of knowledge, and so yeah, I'll have to check it out and see what's up with that. But at least once or twice a year, we hear about the ladies at the View and how things get stirred up there. Okay, so here's what I heard about last night. About last night, why Mama here is a little bit tired and fatigued, but I heard that Mary J. Blige lit up Ravinia last night. Now, why would we not think she would not do that? I don't know. And my big question is, why last night? Because there was another hot show going on that I happened to be in attendance. And those who follow me on social media, you got some clips and pictures and just me on and on. And that show, of course, is the Avery Sunshine and Boney James concert tour that took place at the Horseshoe Casino last night. They showed up and they showed out. I am so serious. I am not talking from a perspective of a person who does not get out often. They were so good. Everybody enjoyed themselves thoroughly. The house was packed. And of course, this time around, those who've been with the show, you know that I shared with you in the past of a trip to the Horseshoe Casino, the venue at the Horseshoe Casino in Hammond, Indiana, when I went to go see Whoopi Goldberg. Speaking of Whoopi, and me and my cousin ended up in Gary, Indiana somehow. Well, thank goodness last night did not end up like that. Me and Soul hit the road. We got turned around a couple times, but listen, we had some cushion time there. We were early, and just so happy to be there. So yeah, Avery Sunshine, an amazing talent. You hear the recordings, but you just never get the full experience unless you're there. And I'm telling you, the woman can sing. And I see why Boney James selected her to open up for him on this tour, the Honestly tour, it's called, because she really sang and she worked the crowd. She's an entertainer as well as a singer, and then she took us to church. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. So as if I hadn't raved enough on my social media, but yeah, a great show. And then of course, Boney James worked that saxophone like only he could. My goodness. It was like the saxophone was just an extension of his body. Of course, he's been, blowing it for years now. And I would imagine you would have to be much like an athlete to work those wind instruments the way he and others do. His set was, boy, probably hour and a half or more long. Amazing, right? Yeah. And he and his band, not only was he, blowing the saxophone, but they had some choreography, some dance moves going on. He came out into the crowd and got things stirred up. I mean, he really, really is a class act in terms of his performance and his band. Boy, I just can't say enough about the band. I did try to share some video clips of, how each band member has a little solo set, and the drummer was amazing. The keyboard is amazing. The guitarist, the bass guitar and the regular guitar just blew us away with their performance. It was just all done in excellence, and we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. So I want to thank Boney James again for stopping by the show last week and, of course, for inviting me to attend his concert. Sorry I didn't get a chance to hang around to actually shake your hand and do some photo ops, but there was massive crowd of people out there waiting for you as well. And my friend and I had to get back. We hung out as long as we could waiting around, but there will be another opportunity for that. So yeah, just thoroughly enjoyed it. Now listen up. Last night, I guess, was opening night for the Pitchfork Music Festival. And there were other festivals going on as well. Up there by the casino at Wolf Lake, there was a festival going on. And listen, it was raining and the temperature had dropped drastically, but those people were still showing up. So I would imagine that was the same for the Pitchfork Music Festival last night in Union Park in Chicago. But anyway, it's a 3-day festival, so they will continue tonight and again tomorrow, featuring many musical acts and talents, including Raphael Sadiq. I believe he's on the roster for tonight's show. And then Miss Lauryn Hill and Shaka Khan will be showing up tomorrow for that festival. So if you're in the Chicagoland area and you want to check them out, be sure to do that. And speaking of Shaka Khan, Boney James he and his band played my favorite Shaka Khan record last night, which was Sweet Thing. Oh, Sweet Thing, Sweet Thing. I stand corrected. It was really good. All right, so yeah, I think that's it with entertainment news. I know there's a lot of entertainment news out there, but for the sake of time, that is it. Real quick, I do want us to continue to support the women of the WNBA. So in the Eastern Conference, I stepped away for a second. In the Eastern Conference, it looks like Atlanta is in the #1 spot, followed by Washington. And in the Western Conference, it is Seattle, followed by Phoenix. So let's continue to support them and show up for the games. The Chicago Sky for our area is in the 4th position in the Eastern Conference. So go Chicago Sky. Let's keep those ladies motivated. All right. Let's see. What else do I have to tell you guys about before I cut out of here? Oh, Julia Alexander, who has been a friend to the show in the past, is putting on her first community festival. It's called Including You. It's a family festival. It's going to be next Saturday, downtown Joliet. That's Saturday, July 28th. Downtown Joliet kicks off at 5 p.m., wraps up around 11 or so. It's in the city center, and there's going to be musical acts and all kinds of things going on. They're going to have a steppers set there, some gospel music, a kids zone. So tickets are in advance $5, and if you show up at the gate, you're going to be charged $10. All right. So that again is next Saturday, July 28th, 5 p.m. downtown Joliet, and there's a lot of other events happening downtown, not downtown Joliet, but here in the Joliet community next Saturday. There's the Second Baptist Festival that's going on, as well as the collective kids event that happens on the South End Festival. You guys know about that. And I hear the line dancers are going to be there. So if you're looking for something to do, to take the kids to next Saturday, you'll have a whole lot of different options locally here, okay? All right. Well, it looks like we are ready for Cafe Talk. I'll jump to the phone real quick and see if we have folks chimed in. I know people say, why do you still do that? People, either chime in after your show or not at all. Well, it's just something I want to do. Okay. So the question again, let me go to it real quick, um, is have you ever been shocked to learn how someone in your immediate or peripheral circle really feels about you, how they really feel about you? And of course, on this one, I don't have any responses yet. Let's check the other one and see what's up here. 815-593-1695 if you want to call in and chime in. Okay. Yeah, so we'll check back in later with that one. Um, let's see if Twitter loaded yet. For some reason, Twitter is having some issues. I was able to post the question to Twitter earlier this morning, but for the last hour or so, I have not been able to log on. They're having some kind of issues. So I won't be able to go to Twitter, unfortunately. I do have a text message, however. Let's see what the text says. Okay, and that's not pertaining to the question. All right, so yeah, the question is, again, the Cafe Talk question is, have you ever been shocked to learn how someone in your immediate circle or peripheral circle really feels about you? I have to say that I have. I have in my lifetime. Yeah, definitely. I've been shocked because the 2 to 3 people that I've heard this about were people who never showed me anything, and if they did, my antennas just weren't up, to pick up on it. Now, of course, I there are others that I've heard who may speak negatively against me behind my back, that I was tapped into that already, so I already knew how they truly, truly felt. But there have been at least 2 to 3 cases over my lifetime, particularly as an adult, where I heard that certain people in my immediate circle and even the peripheral circle of people, that how they felt about me. And in one case, it was kind of detrimental even to my career advancement. So yeah, you can be surprised and shocked about people and the things that they do, and just kind of, I guess, not not take it with a grain of salt, and just keep doing what you do, and pray that the people that they're trying to influence, because when people do that kind of thing, they're always trying to negatively influence someone else to feel the same way or think the same way about you that they do, and hope that those people or that person base decisions on how they're going to deal with you by the things that they're saying. So, my philosophy has been, particularly in the last 25 years, has been to give people the benefit of the doubt. If you have to just come out and ask the person directly, do that, or just kind of watch them, listen to them, and time always reveals. Time always reveals. So just give people the benefit of the doubt, and don't be so quick to believe everything that you hear about someone. And that's just human nature. We're quick to believe the worst about a person, or you could hear a whole lot of good about someone and just remember that one negative thing that you heard, right? So let's try not to do that. And it's all, it's all a part of human nature, especially for those who, as I say, um, don't know God, or who don't feel comfortable with themselves. And so, one of the things that they do is try to pull others down so that they can shine, so to speak. So yeah, that was the inspiration behind the cafe talk. Again, it's posted on Twitter, and sadly I can't get to Twitter right now, but I'll jump back later to see if anyone chimed in. And on Facebook, Maryland's Cafe Society on Facebook, and of course you can always text or call to chime in at 815-593-1695. Cafe Talk. Have you ever been shocked to learn that someone in your immediate or peripheral circle doesn't feel so hot about you, but they never showed that to you? Amazing. Okay, so that's it. That's a wrap. I said we were going to go short today, and we have. I do want to encourage you to be sure to find me on social media, on my Twitter page, Maryland's Cafe Soch, on Facebook, Maryland's Cafe Society. And don't just find me, but follow or like or subscribe, and then comment. My goodness. Also, you can go to this YouTube channel, Maryland's Cafe Society on YouTube. Well, you're already here if you're looking or viewing this. And be sure to like and subscribe and share with your friends as well. All right. And don't forget the website, marylandscafesociety.com. So, gotta tell you what love is before we end this broadcast. Love is a work in progress. Yes, we all are a work in progress. And remember, everybody, if you don't do anything else this week, be sure that you live, you laugh, and you love. As always, it's been a pleasure and a privilege. We'll do it all over again next week, right here on Maryland's Cafe Society YouTube channel. Peace.